Welcome back to the channel. My name is A-Bomb and we are continuing today with some Football Manager 2019 and Chelsea. And in today's episode we have our first competitive match of the season, and it's an early chance for some silverware as we take on Manchester City in the Community Shield. We have played through all of our pre-season fixtures. In terms of transfers, not a lot has happened really. I haven't really sold anyone. I haven't bought anyone. I did try and buy someone. I got as far as a contract, but they picked someone else. So yeah, no real chances really. I think there's one or two loans and that's it. So not much has happened in that vein. But there's still about a week or so left in the transfer window. As you can see, we've got Man City. First league game is at Anfield. That's going to be an interesting start, and that will be next time. We'll do our first league game at Anfield. As always, the transfer window now closes the day before the Premier League, now on a Thursday night. That has now been changed, although other transfer windows across Europe do still continue through to the end of August. So hopefully our players won't be subject to lucrative offers in that time. For example, Rudiger has been subject to a couple of bids from Bayern München, and I think one or two other players have had transfer offers, but nothing that I'm really considering. So the team is pretty much the same as you saw it last episode when we went through it. It's just the friendlies were difficult because we had a lot of people that were still on holiday. Still about 4 or 5 players that are. We've got a few days until we do have that Man City game. I just thought I'd start here just to show you sort of the lead up to the match. The only transfer that has gone through is the loan of Lucas Piazon to Norwich, a player that I don't plan on using at all. He's not very good, but Norwich got him on loan. I did try and I did transfer list him to try and get him out permanently, but Norwich are paying all of his wages, so we're not losing any money from that. That's fine. And then at the end of the season, his contract will expire, so we won't be seeing him anymore. I have transfer listed Cesc Fabregas. He was a bit unhappy about it, and he did come to me saying that he wasn't happy. He is not on the transfer list, but I have offered him out for £40 million, and Inter Milan were interested. That has since died down. But pre-season, he's been pretty decent. So I think this season, we'll see how he does. If he performs well, then I think we might try and get him on a new deal. I don't know how much he'll start, though. £36 million value. I think come January, I think he'll go, but we'll see. So last time we did have that extra squad friendly and we won 3-1. David Luiz with a penalty, Drinkwater with that 30-yard curler, and then Morata scoring in a Barkley with a known goal to give the reserves their goal. As you can see, we didn't lose off screen. A couple of draws in there, 3 draws. Mostly okay, but some of them I'm a bit disappointed with. Against Tianjin, we won 2-1. They went down to 10 men. Lucas Piazon scored. Brownie Day equalised for them. That's a name that I haven't heard in a few years. And then Charlie Brown got the winner for us. 2-2 draw against Shanghai Shenhua. Pedro scored and Josh Grant scored, but they got a late equaliser. Against Quanjian, 2-1 win. Barkley and Morata scoring. Anthony Modeste scoring for them. Goalless draw against Shanghai. Added a couple of home fixtures after the China tour. Thrashed Monaco 4-2. Rudiger with a goal. Hudson-Odoi with a couple of goals. Nice to see from the youngster. And Fabregas scoring as well. Really disappointing 0-0 draw against Fiorentina. Jordan Vertu got a red card after about 45 seconds. And we just couldn't score past them. I don't know what was wrong with this game, but a 0-0 draw there. A good comeback against Leicester in a friendly cup. Ricardo Pereira scored for them. And then Pedro got a late brace. And then we beat Jiangsu 2-0 in the final. Morata with both goals in the first half to win the friendly cup. I don't know what sort of friendly cup it was, but we won it. So that leads us on to today and Manchester City. Just quickly, the player that we did actually make an offer for was the centre-back Kostas Manolas from Roma. We made an offer of £34 million, which is a release clause that was in his contract only for foreign clubs. We triggered that release clause. We offered him £120,000 a week, and he agreed to the contract, but Real Madrid had also made an offer, and Man United were also interested as well. He's chosen Real Madrid. He is earning less than he would be for us, but I guess Madrid have more pull because they're the European champions. I think the fact that Chelsea don't have Champions League football this season is harming our chances of getting real good players. Like, I want a centre-back, and guys like Koulibaly and people like that are just far too expensive. Like, he's valued at like 40 million, like more than that I think, but he's valued at high. But you submit an offer and they come back saying, oh, we want 200 million for him. So it's going to be difficult to get a star player for what we've got on our transfer budget, 49 million. Just to show you some of the centre-backs that we have been scouting. I mean, Skriniar's top of the list, but he's expected to cost between 54 million and 80 million. So can't afford that. Lots of these guys just, like, the clubs don't want to know. Joe Gomez, they don't want to know. You know, the further we go down, the worse these players look. I mean, Delight would be ideal, but everyone signs him. I want to be different. The only sort of players worth signing down here are the ones that, you know, have a good future. Like, I don't know, Savage, 23 million for Savage. I mean, for that, I wouldn't pay that. So I think for the moment, we'll stick with what we have, and then we'll wait until we get more money in or until we make sales, because at the moment, I don't think there's much we can do for 49 million that will really change our team. I think 49 million won't get us too much. The same kind of goes for strikers as well. We need another striker, because at the moment, we only really have Giroud and we only have Morata. Batshuayi is on loan. Other than that, we really don't have another striker, and I think that's one area that we do need to try and get a bit more depth. But again, looking at the players that we've been looking at, they don't look particularly good, and they're going to cost a lot of money. I mean, Milik might be the only one worth looking at, and that's going to cost over £20 million, which, again, I don't think is worth that. I think the only striker that I might potentially sign is Kasper Dolberg from Ajax. It won't cost too much money, probably about 15 million. His wage demands aren't too bad. It's just that at the moment, he's 2.5 star. It might be one to look at, actually. I'll try and get him scouted a bit more. If we make an offer of, I don't know, maybe about 10 million, 8.75, if we try and offer that, he's out, he's injured. He's injured for a good few weeks. I think, I don't know about that. I don't know. If he wasn't injured, I'd go for it. Patrick Schick. So again, that's a lot of money for a player that I don't really know is going to do well. I guess I'll keep looking. Like I said, we've got about a week or so before the window closes, so there's still time to maybe get someone in. Now, I know we had a whole tactic set up with the vertical tiki-taka and whatnot, but because of like the amount of players that we had to play in like wrong positions and just we had to put out just a team, we haven't really trained the tactic at all, and we haven't really gone with it at all. Last game, we went with this like asymmetric 4-3-3 sort of thing, and mostly this, like a 4-1-4-1 with that defensive midfielder, which there's been Ampadu in some games, it's been Jorginho and others. We've kind of not really gone with a 3 at the back, because we haven't had 3 centre-backs that are worth playing. Recent reports have linked you with a move for Valencia striker Rodrigo. I mean, I'll scout him. There's no truth in that, but I'll scout him. He looks pretty good, but again, he's valued at 34 million. I've got a feeling he's going to cost a lot more than that. Alright then, Man City versus Chelsea. It's the Community Shield. Man City are favourites, but only just. Alright, so I'm taking a bit of a risk. I'm going with a back 3 for this Community Shield match. Kepa will be in goal. It's a back 3 of David Luiz, Antonio Rudiger and Cesar Azpilicueta. Wingbacks Marcus Alonso and Victor Moses in the midfield of Jorginho and Kovacic playing behind. Pedro as a shadow striker and Barkley as an attacking midfielder. Alvaro and Morata up top as the complete forward. On the bench, Caballero, Emerson, Willian, Hudson-Odoi, Christensen, Drinkwater and Fabregas. I'm just going to replace Caballero with Ampadu on the bench. I don't play goalkeepers on the bench. One day that will come back to bite me. Interested to see how this goes. We've pretty much stacked the midfield, and they've got a rotated side, I will say. Muric in goal. Hector, Laporte, Company and Danilo back 4. Weigl is a new signing. Foden and Diaz. Sane, Bernardo Silva and Gonzalez up top. And the bench is unknown apart from Otamendi. Other those players, I don't know them at all. No Aguero, no Sterling, no De Bruyne. I guess they're still away on holiday, but that's a very rotated side. I fancy our chances now. Go for a passionate team talk. It's a special day for the supporters. Go out there and make them happy. First match as Chelsea manager. Let's see if we can start it off with a trophy. 6.5 minutes in, we've got to throw in a decent position. Alonso's got it back, and Morata's there with a header, but the header goes over. First chance of the game goes our way. Kepa with a throw to Moses. Jorginho. Backwards to Azpilicueta, playing on the right of that back 3 today. Not his ideal position, but hopefully he can make it his own. Kovacic, and that's given away pretty badly. And now Bernardo Silva running towards the goal. Gonzalez and Foden, and badly given away. Man City take control, take advantage, and lead 1-0. Phil Foden with the goal. I mean, that was Kovacic's mistake. He hasn't played all season. His fitness is okay. I think he's played like 1 match in the reserves because he's been playing, I guess, for Croatia as well. But that was a bad mistake, and it's a a lead for Man City. Going to go for an encouragement shout. Moses is fired up, but that's just about it. Kovacic on a 6.0 now, and it's gone red. You know that's when they go bad, is when the ratings go red. Morata, can he find a goal? No, he can't. He's brought down, but Moses will try and save this. And it's a penalty, and it was a Laporte fouling Morata, apparently. Who's taking this? David Luiz is taking the penalty. Hazard, of course, not in the team. So David Luiz to take the spot kick, and he equalises 1-1, 33 minutes. But David Luiz slots home the penalty. Half time, it's 1-1. Kovacic's mistake gave them the lead, but we converted the penalty to equalise it. Been a game with a few highlights though, and not a lot of shots at all. Only 7 between both teams. Team talk has not gone well. I said unlucky, and that has not worked. So let's try and save this. Oh my god. That team talk could not have gone any worse. I'm going to make Kovacic a Metzala, I think. And we're going to make Jorginho the deep line playmaker. Just change it up a bit in midfield. Pedro's not done too well. There's a lot of 6.5s actually, sort of, especially that sort of front three, not really doing too well. I've swapped them round as well. I'm still experimenting with this team, and against this Man City side, I would fancy our chances. But I mean, they took a lead. Hopefully, we can lead for the first time in the second half. Let's try and get their second goal. But Sane's on the ball here, and an early chance here in the second half. But we've dealt with it pretty well. Now Barkley, maybe a counter attack. No. Let's go for it says cautious, but it's counter-attacking. I don't like cautious. That's just sends the wrong message. Not really done too well today. I'm going to take off Kovacic. He's had a terrible game. We're going to bring on Fabregas. Again, we'll make Fabregas the deep line playmaker. Jorginho box to box. I'm also going to take off Pedro. Yeah, we're going to go with Drinkwater and just stick a third midfielder in there. We'll make him the box to box. Jorginho, I mean, I don't know, maybe 2 playmakers, but one a bit more defensive. I really don't know. We'll go for a demand more on the shouts as well. Focus, that's good. 25 minutes left. It's a throw-in for Man City. Here is Nemecha and Fabregas with a good clearance. And here's Morata. Needs a bit of help up there. I mean, had to have some yellow shirts coming forward now. But Morata's gone all the way himself. If he scores this will be amazing. And he doesn't. But fantastic run. There's about 20 minutes left or so. It's been an interesting game. It's not really been the best of matches. Sane has a shot, and it's over. And in the last 10 minutes now, we do have one more change we can make. I think we'll bring on Willian. Let's try and bring on someone to change the game. What's Willian like in the middle? Going through the middle. Not ideal. Alright, we're going to play Willian behind Morata then. Shadow striker, yeah. Like I said, it's not been the best of matches here, but 5 minutes left. It looks like we're going to have extra time. No, it goes straight to penalties. So that's interesting. We'll go for an auto pick. We've got a penalty shootout to decide the Community Shield. It's not been a great match. But let's see what happens with the spot kicks. Bernardo Silva is first up. And he puts it wide. That's a good start for us. David Luiz scored a penalty in the match. Can he score another one here? Here he goes. And it's a good penalty. And also the keeper went the wrong way. It's not Edison though. It's someone else. Fabregas. We're going for the ABBA style here. Fabregas to make it 2-0 Chelsea. Can he pull it off? Yes, he can. We're in the driving seat. Danilo now, the right back for Manchester City. Goes right-footed and he converts his penalty. 2-1 after 2 penalties each. Here's Aymeric Laporte, centre-back. Aymeric Laporte, the centre-back. And it's a save by Kepa. And we have taken firm control of this shootout now. Morata here to make it 3-1 after 4 penalties each. Can he score his? Yes, he can. We are looking good. And I think if we score this, we will win the Community Shield. And who's taking it? It is the new signing, Jorginho. So he is going to hopefully score the winning penalty here and give us a 4-1 penalty shootout win. I mean, the shootout was just really good. And City's penalties just weren't on point. Let's see if he scores this to win us the Community Shield. Yes, he does. There we go. And we start off with a piece of silverware. Wasn't the prettiest of matches, but we've got the job done. It was a close game, and it was a game of few chances. Kovacic, almost became the villain, but thankfully we did manage to get the game back to 1-1 with the David Luiz penalty. Otherwise, we didn't play especially well. David Luiz was man of the match with the 7.1. Kepa did well in goal though, a couple of shots on target for City, but Kepa getting a 7.0 in the end, as did the City goalkeeper Muric. But a rotated Man City side, I would have preferred a win in 90 minutes, but we've won the FA Cup. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So we've got a few days left to maybe make a transfer or two, but I don't know what's out there that I can buy that will actually make a difference to my team. But next time we'll have our first Premier League game of the season. It's an away game against Liverpool, a fantastic way to start off the Premier League season with a huge game at Anfield. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when it's up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to receive updates if I upload or go live. Follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content. And it's been a really good start, and I really like how this game looks. So I'm going to keep trying to do as much videos as I can. I will try and stick to the 3 videos a week on the Tuesdays, the Thursdays and the Sundays. Thankfully I haven't got much to do to get to Liverpool and my next match, so we'll pick it up there. But thank you for the early support on Football Manager 2019. First video's got over 300 views, which for me is really good. Hopefully those views to continue to come in, and hopefully you stick around for the series and for anything coming up in the future. So I will leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.